Basic terminology of Nichiren Shoshu. Attaining Buddhahood in one's present form, Sokushin Jobutsu. The state of Buddhahood can be attained without discarding one's present form as a common mortal by practicing the Buddhism of the three great secret laws. The Daishonin states in the, quote, reply to the wife of Lord Ota, Tentai and other great teachers conclude that attaining Buddhahood in one's present form is only possible through the Lotus Sutra. My disciples should never forget this. Gosho, page 1472. In the pre-Lotus Sutra teachings, it is expounded that one must practice over a period of countless kalpas in order to attain Buddhahood. However, the Lotus Sutra, which teaches the principle of Ichinen Sanzen, 3,000 realms in a single life moment, is the supreme teaching. It enables all people in each of the 10 worlds to attain Buddhahood through the power of the law without changing their present form. Attainment of Buddhahood in the inconceivably remote past, Kuan Jitsu Jo. This term specifically refers to Shakyamuni's revelation in the lifespan Jogyo 16th chapter of the Lotus Sutra of his attainment of Buddhahood 500 myriad dust particle kalpas ago. Shakyamuni stated, the time is limitless, boundless, 100,000 and 10,000, 100,000 Nayuta kalpas, since I, in fact, attained Buddhahood. Hokekyo, page 429. This passage refers to Shakyamuni's original attainment of enlightenment from the perspective of the Buddhism of the harvest. However, his status as a Buddha is provisional when viewed from the perspective of the Buddhism of the sowing and the true Buddha of Kuan Ganjo. Attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings, So Moku Jobutsu. This principle expounds that insentient beings such as grass, trees, and the earth, which have neither emotion nor consciousness, can also attain Buddhahood. The great teacher Tentai expounded the doctrine of the attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings based on the perfect teaching of the Lotus Sutra. He revealed the doctrine of Ichinen Sanzen, 3,000 realms in a single life moment, and the principle of the oneness of life and its environment. According to this principle, life is one with its environment. Therefore, when sentient beings attain Buddhahood, insentient beings also attain Buddhahood. Tentai further revealed that insentient beings are the entity of the middle way. In the, quote, great concentrations and insight, Makashikan, unquote, he stated, quote, even the slightest amount of substance or the faintest amount of fragrances signifies the middle way itself, unquote. In the Gosho, quote, respectfully praising an image of Shakyamuni Buddha, unquote, in the case of living beings, this doctrine indicates attaining Buddhahood without changing one's present form, while in the case of paper and wooden images, it refers to the attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings. Gosho, page 993. In this Gosho passage, the Daishonin revealed the attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings, citing Tentai's doctrine. In this passage, the Daishonin revealed the attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings, citing Tentai's doctrine. Quote, the oral transmission on the attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings, unquote, So Moku Jobutsu Kuketsu. Nichiren Daishonin further explains, I have refined the doctrine of Ichinen Sanzen and revealed it in the form of the great mandala. Gosho, page 523. The Daishonin also teaches in, quote, reply to Kyo-o, I, Nichiren, with Sumi, have infused my life into the Gohonzon, so believe in it. The will of the Buddha is the Lotus Sutra, but the spirit of Nichiren is nothing other than Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Gosho, page 685. From the perspective of this principle, the Daishonin manifested the great mandala, the Gohonzon of the oneness of the person and the law for all mankind. The 26th high priest, Nichikan Shonin, taught in exegesis on the, quote, true object of worship, unquote, Kanji no Honzon Sho Mondan. The object of worship that is enshrined is the living true Buddha himself, who is manifesting actual Ichinen Sanzen, a natural and unadorned property. Follow my guidance and never think of it as merely a wooden or painted image. Mondan, page 214. The doctrine of the attainment of Buddhahood of insentient beings revealed by Nichiren Daishonin is not the theoretical doctrine taught by Tentai and Miyalo. The ultimate truth lies in revering the Gohonzon itself as Nichiren Daishonin, the true Buddha. It is the original, unchanging, and eternal nature of the true Buddha of Kuon Ganjo, and the true entity of actual Ichinen Sanzen. Bodhisattva Jogyo, Jogyo Bosatsu. Bodhisattva Jogyo, superior practice, is the leader of all the bodhisattvas of the earth, as well as being the leading figure of the four leaders of bodhisattvas of the earth. The four leaders are Jogyo, Muhengyo, boundless practice, Jo-ugyo, pure practice, and Anrugyo, unwavering practice. In the, quote, orally transmitted teachings, unquote, Agni-kudan, Nichiren Daishonin expounds on the four virtues of eternity, tranquility, true self, and purity that the Buddha possesses. He also teaches that in the latter day of the law, Bodhisattva Jogyo is the only one who has the four virtues of all the four leaders of the bodhisattvas of the earth within himself. Many Gosho writings state that Nichiren Daishonin, who propagated Nam-myoho Renge-kyo in the latter day of the law, is the reincarnation of Bodhisattva Jogyo, who received the transmission of the essence of the Lotus Sutra in the wondrous powers of the Tathagata, Jinriki 21st chapter of the Lotus Sutra. The Daishonin wrote in the Gosho, quote, 106 articles, unquote, that his true identity is the property of perfect wisdom. His provisional identity is Bodhisattva Jogyo, and that he made his advent as Nichiren in the latter day of the law. Therefore, the Daishonin's true identity is the true Buddha of the property of intrinsically perfect wisdom from the infinite past of Kuon Ganjo. At the Tatsunokuchi persecution, the Daishonin discarded his provisional identity and revealed his true identity. Bodhisattvas of the earth, Jiyu no Bosatsu. This term refers to the countless number of great bodhisattvas equal in number to the sands of the 60,000 Ganji rivers, who emerged from the earth in the emerging from the earth Juji Yujitsu 15th chapter of the Lotus Sutra. The purpose of their appearance was to substantiate Shakyamuni Buddha's revelation of his true identity as having first attained enlightenment in the inconceivably remote past. These bodhisattvas of the earth are the true disciples of Shakyamuni since the inconceivably remote past and possess the great virtue of the 32 distinguishing features. There are four leaders, named Bodhisattva Jogyo, superior practice, Bodhisattva Muhengyo, boundless practice, Bodhisattva Jo-ugyo, pure practice, and Bodhisattva Anrugyo, unwavering practice. In the wondrous powers of the Tathagata, Jinriki 21st chapter, Bodhisattva Jogyo, the leader of the bodhisattvas of the earth, received the transmission of the essence of the Lotus Sutra and was entrusted with the propagation of the law in the latter day of the law. In quote, on the three great secret laws, unquote, Sandai Hyosho, Nichiren Daishonin states, these three great secret laws are the teachings that were orally transmitted to me, Nichiren, as the leader of the Bodhisattvas of the earth more than 2,000 years ago by Shakyamuni Buddha, the world-honored one of unsurpassed enlightenment. Gosho, page 1595. As this passage teaches, Nichiren Daishonin is the reincarnation of Bodhisattva Jogyo. Furthermore, in the 106 articles, Yaku Roku Sho, Nichiren Daishonin expounds, there is the true identity and the transient status of the teacher of the Lotus Sutra of the Buddhism of the Sowing. The property of perfect wisdom is the true identity, while Nichiren and Bodhisattva Jogyo are the transient statuses. Gosho, page 1695. As this passage indicates, the true identity of Bodhisattva Jogyo is none other than the property of perfect wisdom of the infinite past of Kuan-ganjo. Therefore, Bodhisattva Jogyo, emerging from the earth, is an external identity, while his true identity is the true Buddha of the infinite past of Kuan-ganjo. In quote, the true entity of all phenomena, unquote, Shoho Jiso Sho, the Daishonin states, if there were not bodhisattvas of the earth, then they could not chant the Daimoku. Gosho, page 666. In the latter day of the law, the true Buddha of the infinite past of Kuan-ganjo made his advent as Nichiren Daishonin. All people, therefore, can attain Buddhahood by chanting Daimoku to the true entity of Nichiren Daishonin, the Dai Gohonzen.